Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 61 of Daisy Knits. I'm Daisy, and we're back down here in the basement again. So, has your week been good? I hope so. I got a few things to share with y'all today. So, let's hop on in this, shall we? First off, I showed you last week I had a sock. I had part of a sock. This week I have a pair of socks. Yay! I just did my standard vanilla sock, 64 stitches, and I used a modified Dutch heel turn this time, and an Eye of Partridge style heel with my garter sides. That's just how I like to do it. I change up my heel flaps from time to time. I'll do a Dutch or rounded or that, but I like that style. So this yarn, I should tell you, is from Emily of Fiber Addiction. Let's see if we can make this camera play with us tonight. And it is the Hoodies and Hot Cider colorway. It is an MCN blend that I got from Knittin' in the Mitten this year. This was the colorway up there. So they're done. I'm kind of proud of myself. Retreat yarn that I've used in under 2 months. Like, woohoo! Maybe 3 months, but retreat yarn used within 6 months of the retreat. Kind of proud of that. So there we go. Those are done. I was just waiting to show them so I can wear them. So I will probably be wearing those tomorrow. And when I finished those, I had a bit of analysis paralysis / just wandering, meandering. I pulled out that Disney villain inspired mini skein shawl that I had been working on, and I just wasn't singing to me. And I've frogged and I've tinkered with what I want, and I was like, meh, this doesn't make my heart happy. So I told it bye-bye for now. I set it aside, and I went digging in my stash and pawing through. And I found this bad boy. Check this out. I got a big old loop. Here, let's show that. Y'all don't need to see it. Look at that loop. This is 177 grams of sock weight yarn, of just all different mini skeins and remnants that I had that I made a magic cake of. A couple years ago, I pulled out a whole bunch of my mini skeins and remnants, and I made like 4 or 5 magic cakes. And they all varied between, I think my smallest one was like 150, 160 grams, up to like 100. I had one that was 120 some odd grams. It was massive. And I've used them all up except for this one. I had this one left, and I was kind of like, well, what do I want to do with this? And I told y'all that I missed doing those silly granny square blankets for the kids. So guess what I cast on yesterday? I did a little baby granny square. This might just be for me. I'm going to work on it, and it makes me very happy right now, so I'm rolling with this. I know it sounds really silly, but it makes me happy just to see my little granny square. I have been seeing all of the yarn chompers and the scrappy blankets come across my Instagram feed. So I decided I would hop on the bandwagon, but I prefer the granny square ones. I don't like going back and forth because I personally feel like you have to go for so long so it doesn't look wonky. I would much rather do these guys and be done whenever I want to be done. I don't know. That's just me. So that's really what I'm working on. I will pull out a skein of sock yarn and cast on a new pair of socks soon, but I have to go upstairs and count yarn, and I need to pack up. We have a show. I need to pack up for that first before I get sidetracked on another pair of socks. So this is my big boy traveling around with me right now. I guess, this is the hook that doesn't have the size. And I measured it once, but I forgot which size it is. So I'll have to tell you next time. I'm sorry. I forgot. So that's what I'm working on. My master knitter stuff, I really didn't do much this week because I pulled a pretty. We're talking like a Miss America beauty pageant winning pretty this week. So frustrated with myself. I told you I finished a swatch, and I had read the swatch instructions. Like for swatch 12, I read those instructions. What I didn't pay attention to was on the page previous was kind of notes for swatch 12 and 13. And it said very clearly to not use a rope cable, and I used a rope cable. So my whole swatch is not submissible. I will have to redo that swatch. It happens, but I was not happy with myself. So, yeah, put it aside. I'm wearing my crown this week and rocking it. So, let's just roll on with that. The only other thing is I do want to chat with you for just a moment about my needles. So, I had told you I got these for Christmas, and I would kind of fair warn you. I liked them, and I still do like them. Don't get me wrong when I say this review, but I do like them. I'm just a little discombobulated, frustrated a bit maybe with them. I have now used 3 different sizes out of these needle sets. And one tip out of each size has had a burr on it. And it's not one that I can feel, and it's not one that I can actually see, but when I'm knitting, I can feel it dragging on the other needles. And I thought, okay, maybe it's just me when I hit the first one. And when I hit the second one, I was like, well, maybe it's just one of those special things. And then I hit the third needle size, and I had the third burr, and I was a little frustrated, to be honest. So I contacted Royale, and I said, hey, I love my circulars. I don't have this issue. Is this just a DPN issue? I received an email back. They apologized. And they said if I sent them pictures and my contact information, they would send me replacements for the defective. I'm not sure exactly what that means, if they're sending like a whole new set or just one needle from each size. I don't know. Either way, I am more than grateful just to not have the burr. So I'm waiting. They did tell me that it would take about a month because it's coming airmail. And I don't know if it's like they're making the needle and sending it to me from China or India or wherever these are made. I don't know. But I'm okay with that if I get a good needle right now. So I did want to fair warn you in case you had bought them on my recommendation. I do love them, don't get me wrong, but check your tips just to see if there's any burrs that are scratching up other ones. So that's really what I have for y'all this week. I do want to fair warn you that we are leaving on Monday morning to go to Disney. We're going to go, my husband and I are going down there, going to do the retreat and do the parks for a few days. So I have to say I'm sorry, but there probably will not be a podcast next week. I cannot guarantee what my Wi-Fi situation will be like. And I'm in Disney. Not to be mean. I'm in Disney. I want to enjoy my time with him. So don't be looking for a podcast. However, I will be back in 2 weeks. I can't guarantee that I'll do an early episode, but for sure by Thursday I'll have my episode up like normal. If you are on Instagram, I am sure I will be posting on there, so you can come follow me there if you would like. You can watch the group for any other changes that happen, but that's kind of what I have going on. All my contact information's at the end, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to holler. Otherwise, I'll see you in 2 weeks. See ya!